Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Pedro. I hope you're doing well. So, today, I wanted to make a video on this thing. So, this is my gig bag. Here is where I keep everything that I'm gonna need for band practice, for a gig, and emergency kit just in case something goes wrong. Everything is gonna be in here. So, let's get started. Alright, so, the bag itself. This bag is a Donner, however you want to pronounce it. It's from Amazon. It came with my pedal board, and it's been a solid bag so far. I've had it for like 2 or 3 months, and it's really great. Let's see what's in the bag. So, this is in no particular order. I'm just picking stuff out of the bag as we go. All right, so. Yep, up first we have the Sennheiser microphone. Let me show you this thing. So this is an E835 microphone. It is a very solid mic, very nice. I've had it for 2 or 3 months now, and I do everything from backup vocals to home recordings and a lot of things with this mic, and it's been very, very solid. It comes with the case too, and it is affordable. And it sounds pretty good. So, up next is cables. Okay, so these cables are from Long & McQuade. They are Yorkville cables. I've had these for actually like 2 or 3 years now, and they haven't failed me ever since. They are solid cables. I beat them up, as you can see. The logo's coming off, and I also added this little zip tie lock over here. Up next is hand sanitizer. Okay, so I actually bought this recently before band practice because you're touching amps in rehearsal rooms, you're touching amps, you're touching mic stands, you're touching gear that people have already touched. So once I do all that, I just sanitize my hands. That is very, very 2020. Actually, the price is still on this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's $15 for this thing. A complete ripoff, but I bought it mid-pandemic, so have some hand sanitizer. Okay, up next is AA batteries. Now, I have these to power my recorder, which we will get to in a little bit, but it's always good to have batteries. There's always going to be somebody, hey, do you have a battery? Do you have an extra battery? And it just doesn't take up that much space, and classic. Oh, I like this. Okay. So, this is a one-spot power supply. This isn't my main power supply. This is just a backup. Just in case my main power supply, my pedal board stops working, I can easily grab this and then plug it in to my pedal board. It's got a little daisy chain, and it's really good to have this as an emergency. If something stops working and you're mid setup load in the gig, then you're not thinking straight. And a lot of musicians, if you've played live, you've had this happen to you where it's like the easiest fix and you don't think about it till after the gig. But it's just so easy to just, if something goes wrong, just grab this and then power your pedal board. Next up is capos. I've had these capos for 2 or 3 years, and I'm pretty sure they're meant for acoustic guitar, but I'm not really the kind of person to buy the same product a bunch of times unless it's broken or it needs to be repaired or upgraded. So these have done the job. They work fine on my electric, and they're solid capos from Long & McQuade too. Last but not least, in this front pocket is the Vic Firth earplugs. I love these earplugs, and I think everybody should have earplugs. If you don't have ear monitors, then you're gonna need these, especially for band practice. It can get loud and you can damage your hearing, you can get tinnitus. And these are very, very nice. You can take them out like this. If you don't want to have this piece of cord or string around your neck, you can just take them out. They're very easy to clean. A lot of people say you should go and get custom molded ones, and I agree. Custom molded are really, really good, and if anything, they're much better than this, but I just haven't felt the need to yet. But it's definitely something I'm gonna look to do in the future. In this other big pocket, I usually keep my pedal board with me, but I don't want to put the pedal board in it and go through all of it in this video. That's going to be its own thing. So what I did was I put other extras that I bring to a gig. Let's crack this open. Let's see. Alright, so I just dropped 1,000 guitar picks on the floor. Whatever. Up first, we have this Zoom recorder. This Zoom recorder is one of the newest additions to the rig. Actually, I got this like 3 weeks ago, and I love this thing. I don't know how I didn't have one before. Anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about the Zoom recorder. So I bought the H6, and the H6 is basically a portable interface. It's got 4 inputs, and you can expand it by a little adapter so you can have 6 inputs. They're all their own independent channels. And basically what I did for my band practice with Black Budget, it's basically a setup of how you would record at home. It's got one input for vocals and one microphone that's facing the guitar amp, and then another microphone that is facing the drums, and that's it. And they're all independent channels. You can mix them with your DAW afterwards. I really enjoy having the 4 inputs, and I'm definitely going to start recording all my shows and all my band practices from now on. So here I have an extra amp power cord. Gotta have one of these just in case. Can save your gig. And then here I have a power extension cord and power bar. So a lot of complaints that I have of venues is that they don't have power in front of their stages. And some do, yeah, but they're very inconvenient. For example, I used to play with my Line 6 Firehawk FX. Now, if you know Line 6, you know the power bars, they're just insanely inconvenient. It was like this and that. It was like this thing, and it's just a big chunk of power, and it's like 2 feet. It's ridiculously short, the cord. So I had to buy one of these and plug them in to every venue that I go, and it's way better than having to go and ask the sound guy or somebody working at the venue for an extension cord, because then it just becomes this whole thing, and then, you know, just forget it. It's way easier to have one of these things. Alright, last but not least is this. Now, what's in this bag? First of all, the bag is really cool. It's from Sonic Boom from downtown Toronto. You definitely should go. It's a great record store. In this bag, I basically keep all of my strings and cleaning tools for my guitar. Okay, so string wise, I use 11s on the tuned down songs, and then on my regular guitars I use 10s, regular slinkies. Classic, can't go wrong with regular slinkies. Up next is guitar picks. So I use 0.73 millimeters on my electrics, and then on my acoustic I like to use 60s. And why is that? I don't know. It's just how I'm used to this. I have a string cutter and I have a string winder. Long and McQuaid. This is kind of falling apart, but it still works. Alright. To maybe the most important part of this rig. This might be the essential thing that I can't play without and I can't live without. A show hasn't been played without this thing. This is a harmonica. I don't play harmonica. I don't use harmonica. I have a harmonica. So look at this, you know, pulling one of these out in a gig. Alright guys, that was it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave down in the comments what you have in your rig, and maybe I will steal some of your ideas and add them into my own rig, because I always want to be buying more gear. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace out.